Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. We are joining you guys for Eagles versus the Bengals post game show. The game is not over. It's in overtime. It's 19 seconds to go, and the Eagles are attempting. Well, what are they doing? I don't know if they're attempting it now, but
Come on, go kick the ball,
all right. So as you hear, my co-host, he's a little upset,
dude.
but
It's
he's a little
19
behind.
seconds.
We're trying to see what the outcome of this game is going to be. 19 seconds to go. It's a flag right now, as far as I'm concerned on my TV. I know I'm a little ahead of my partner here, but
Utter ridiculous right here,
delay a
man.
game. Actually, we got to delay a game. It's 23 to 23, um, and it looks like we're punting the ball away. Actually, with 19 seconds to go.
Yo, 64-yard
So
kick. You still kick the ball. Like, what the hell are you doing?
at the very least, it looks like, unless we have a brain fart here, it looks like we're going to tie. This is going to be a tie. So 0-2-1. And they received the ball on the 10-yard line. So they still have a chance, the Bengals, that is, still have a chance to win the game. We are looking very horribly right now. Um, 23 to 23. It's not good. Looks like, in the fall test purposes, unless something miraculous happens in this last 13 seconds, we're probably going to be tied. So we're going to be 0-2-1 after 3 weeks. This is not good.
Hey, all I gotta say is, as long as we ain't the freaking Vikings or the freaking Falcons, all right. But
Yeah,
right
well, we're
now,
not
man,
them.
it's terrible. Like this is utterly. Even if you have to kick the ball at 64 yards, kick the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. Oh man, I am final OT. The Eagles have the Eagles have tied. It's like kissing your sister here. The Eagles have tied. This is not good. Let me go to some comments. Coming right into this. Um, Stacy, prayer works. Prayer, I don't know. Stacy, did it really work? Because we didn't win. It was a tie. It's not good. 0-2-1. The Eagles have started off the first 3 weeks of the season, and they are winless. Tina Holden says hello, guy. Hey guys. Jay Bay says hello, guys. Brian Miller. Hey guys. All right, stop all this hey stuff. Talk about the damn game. What do you guys think? That is not that was some.
All right, first and foremost, let's really
You
get
go ahead.
into it. If you really want to talk about it, let's talk about Carson Wentz. We defend him. We talk about him. Something is fundamentally not right with this guy. For him to miss these wide open receivers to throw the ball straight at the defense, like something is fundamentally not right with this guy. It's not that he sucks. Something is not right up there. Even that concussion might have messed him up last year in the playoff game, but you had Miles Sanders on a wheel ride, wide open.
Yes,
Dante, you have not played a single damn football. You could throw that ball with your left hand, and he would made a completed pass.
I could have completed that pass with my left hand and my eyes closed, rolling to my left. I don't know how he missed that play. That was the inconsistent play of Carson Wentz continues into the third week. We saw a few plays for Jalen Hurts. I wonder how much are we going to get the call for Jalen Hurts this week. I'm thinking that we're going to hear a lot of people calling for Jalen Hurts right now because Carson Wentz he didn't have a great game today. Missed some wide open throws that could have determined the outcome of this game, and that's
Yo,
not good. We're 0-2-1. For everybody that's joining us, this is Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. So no, we're not the broadcast journalists or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, we are just as pissed off as Seth Joyner is probably right now. We are just as pissed off as that right now. We're going to let you guys know. Um,
I'm gonna say this right now, man. Third down and 15. This stick defense needs to end. We need somebody needs to go down there and tell our owner, like, listen, Jim Johnson, if you play six defense one more again. Say it like that, not one more time. Say one more again. He got to be out of here, man, because it doesn't work. It's a prevent defense to prevent them from winning the game. We all know that. We've seen that stick defense fill us time and time again. Do I have to go back 2 years ago against Tennessee? No, I go back right now. It's third down and 15. And yet, we let them get more than freaking 15 yards. Yo,
yeah, yeah, that was horrible.
this this
Horrible.
something is fundamentally wrong with these guys, with this health, with the health of these athletes. I know this year is something that we never experienced. If you haven't been around since 1918, you never experienced this pandemic like this. But it's something going around with these soft tissue injuries that's been going around this Novacare complex for the last 4 years and needs to stop.
We freaking suck. All right, so I said in the pregame that there comes a point in time when you have to look at the reality of your squad. Okay, after the first 2 weeks, after losing the Washington football team and then the LA Rams, probably probably a stretch where we could have possibly went 1-1. If we had beat the Washington football team and lost to the Rams, 1-1 would have been acceptable. Losing to the Rams is kind of acceptable, but we've lost now. I mean, well, we didn't lose actually today, but we've not secured a win against the Washington football team and the Cincinnati Bengals. So at this point, at some point, like I said in the pregame, you have to look at it realistically and say, like, all right, we're not we're not as good as we thought we were coming into the season. That's just point blank. Have to be realistic about it, and we can get into who is the cause for that and who's the blame for that. But we are not that good of a team. We are not that good of a team. The team that we thought we were, at least I thought we were coming into the season, we are not that. We are not that. So
Do we really miss Alshon Jeffrey that bad at receiver?
no, I don't think it's outside. I don't think it's a players type. I think it's more coaching than it is
Hmm.
players. I really do. Don't get me wrong on Carson Wentz, and even with Carson Wentz, I'm not going to even say he missed some big throws, and I know you can't send the quarterback coach out there to make the throws or whatever, but I'm still going to divide the blame 50-50 between him and his quarterbacks coach. We talked about it in the preseason. I mean the pregame show. He had a he had a quarterbacks coach that challenged him more, that coached him harder, that made him focus on the fundamentals and the technique of playing quarterback. And I don't think he's had that since that quarterbacks coach has left the building. So I'm going to lay blame on his play, 50% on him and 50% on his position coach, because you have got to that you're the one responsible that to make sure that he has his fundamentals sound, that he has his technique in place. And if you don't make him work on it, if you don't drive him to do that, then we've been seeing the results of that the past 3 weeks of him not being fundamentally sound, not being
Yeah, man.
strict on his technique. I don't know. I mean, come on, tell me something different. I'm open for
You're
suggestions here.
100% right. Like this guy is missing on simple short passes. He's throwing the ball at the people's feet. He's throwing a Don McNabb. Then on top of that, when he missed in the middle of the field, he throws it high. So I said this. We wait to the fourth quarter to finally roll him out. He's a better quarterback outside the pocket. Stop trying to make him a pocket quarterback. Carson Wentz is not a pocket quarterback. He cannot be effective in the pocket. His decision making is not there, and his right now his mental is messed up. So he's not actually taking advantage of the abilities that he has. Roll him outside.
All right, T. Young says the Eagles didn't want to win this game. I don't know about that, but Scott Kennard says I think Hightower could be something too. Would like to see him get more involved, but this behind the line check down swing craps Wentz keeps tossing. Yeah, I kind of still like Hightower also, Scott. So I'm with you on that one. I do feel you on that. Um, Roderick
Well,
says,
you,
"What do y'all think about Wentz and Ward? It seemed like we play a little better with him." And yeah, I like. I
well,
mean,
Ward had 8 catches for 72 yards. He had a touchdown. He was targeted 11 times. Ward is a slot receiver. We got devised plans to get the ball to him in the middle of the field or out cutting routes. But for some odd reason, Wentz is missing these reads. He's missing these throws. Basic stuff he's very missing. The best throw he had of the game was he had two great throws. He had the one throw to Greg Ward for the touchdown, and he had the nice throw over the shoulder to Zach Ertz. Besides that, he was nowhere to be found in this game, man. He did scramble for that touchdown, which I appreciate him actually getting out the pocket. But it's something really physically, mentally, or fundamentally wrong with our quarterback.
yeah, there is, and there's going to be a lot of blame pointed in his direction this week. Um, and other places I can point some blame to is the defense played a lot better, but again, like I talked, as we were watching the overtime, and I discussed with you, I'm not impressed with the defense. I mean, they did play a lot better,
Mhm.
like what? How many? Five, six sacks today.
Eight
Uh,
sacks,
oh,
eight
eight sacks.
sacks.
Okay, so they came up
Uh,
8 sacks. That's good, but we talked about it in the pregame show. Their offensive line sucks. So that those sacks are not impressive to me.
mhm.
Um, it's not impressive to me that you show out on a team who is not ranked very high. It would have been
Yeah,
more
man.
impressive to me if you would have showed out last week and uh, kept that L.A. Rams team from putting up 37 points. But
Yeah, man, you gotta be aggressive against these teams. Like you gotta be aggressive against a team that's not that very. Listen, we talked about a pregame show about the offensive line being terrible. We've seen it with 8 sacks. If they're terrible, take advantage of that all game. The only guys who was killing you was Boyd. Boyd was demolishing your secondary. But on top of that, AJ Green was held in check. He had 3 receptions against Slay for 28 yards, and he had a total of 4 receptions. So let's understand something. We need you to be more physical to these teams. Meaning we have to blitz. We have to come up with different schemes. I mean, I know it's too late in the season to say, oh, you can change your playbook, but you have those blitzes in your playbook somewhere. They're in the back of the playbook. Yes, they are. And you're not a blitzing coach, but you have to be aggressive. If you're not going to be aggressive and you got these corners out there trying to cover a wide receiver for 5, 6, 7 seconds, that's not going to happen in this league.
no, I agree with you. It's not going to happen in this league. They're showing highlights now on the on my TV set right here, and it's not. It doesn't get any better. We're I mean, we're 0-2-1. Let me put it that way. 0-2-1 after our first 3 games, and our next 3 games are probably tougher. No doubt they're tougher. They're against tougher competition than what our first 3 games were. So whew, I am scared to see what this record is going to be after the next 3 games. But we
Yeah,
have the San Francisco 49ers, who they are kind of beat up right now. So this would be a time to jump on them, but I think they won today, if I'm not mistaken. But we have the San Francisco 49ers. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers the week after that, and then we have the Baltimore Ravens. This, in the beginning of the season, this stretch of games, I had us losing all 3 of them. Um, I had us winning the first 3. So after the first 6 games, I had us at 3-3. But now we haven't won a game in the first 3 games, and now we're approaching the 3 game stretch in which I picked us to lose all 3 games, and we don't look like we can win any of those games. So if my predictions holds true, we can very well be 0-5-1 in 3 weeks. I know we're not worried. We're not looking out that far. We probably just looking right now. We're just looking at this game and how we let an opportunity slip through our fingers there, and not winning this game against a bad team like Cincinnati with a horrible offensive line. One in which we put up 8 sacks and we still couldn't muster a lot of offense. This is very concerning to this team right now, man. You
dude, we
have,
we
if you
gotta
are an Eagles fan, you got to be concerned.
we have to run the ball more, man. We got they say, oh, you gotta run the ball. We ran you know what, dude? Let's be real. We ran the ball 36 times. We threw the ball 47 times. That still is not good. Miles Sanders had 18 carries for 95 yards with a 5.3 clip. Run the damn ball. Just continue to run the ball. Stop putting your quarterback in these situations. You see something is wrong with them. You have to let these offensive line, who's not great at pass blocking, and Jason Peters, yes, he is cooked. He is done. He is not going to finish this season as our starting left tackle. I can tell you that right now. This guy cannot move with anybody. But the best thing he can do is go forward. Let him go forward. Let him go forward. And that over time, all you had to do is continue to run the ball all three plays. Let that clock run.
Let who go forward? Who you say let go? Let him go. Who?
Let him run forward. Jason Peters. He can't move
Jason
laterally.
Peters is a he's a rap. It's a
Yeah,
rap.
yeah. It's a wrap for
I
him.
mean,
Yeah, I
like,
totally agree.
okay, let me go to some comments here, man. Nichelle says, "Don't put that into the universe." I normally I agree with you, Nichelle. I try to speak affirmations more than any doubts or negativity, but I am just calling what I see right now. This team is not good, so I'm going to go. When I do my meditation tonight, I'll go back to my affirmation statements, and Eagles will rebound. Eagles will make the playoffs. I'll do all that. But today, after seeing this game, I can't be as optimistic as maybe you are right now. You're gonna have to help me with that. Ali Christmas, or is that Christmas? All right. Do you think Benson Hurts will happen if we go 0-5-1? 0-5-1, maybe. I don't think it's going to
Maybe.
happen after this game right
But
here.
you
But
put
guess what? I will say this, and I told you this, right? Let the quarterback controversy begin. We
no.
saw Jalen Hurts
There's no
a couple
quarterback.
plays. I mean,
There's no quarterback controversy.
he did
I
not.
don't I don't care what you say. There's no quarterback controversy. Let's be 100% sure about this. You put Hurts in the game and see what happens in the game. Now he goes in the game. He fumbled the ball away. Almost fumbled the ball away. He did have a good positive run. He has positive plays when he's in the game. But it's a difference when you're a gimmick player than you actually get game plan for. All right. Now,
Right.
if we were going to change the whole offense up for Jalen Hurts, then I could say, all right, you know what? Then he might be successful right away. But we're not going to change the offense up. We're going to have the same stagnant offense that we have now with Carson Wentz, not getting people open, not running plays to make sure these wide receivers get open, not running these crossing routes, not doing the simple stuff. And the same outcome is going to happen with Jalen Hurts. He's going to be a running quarterback, try to run, and he's going to get murdered out there. I don't want to put him in there and see that happen and say, oh, you know what? Let's put Wentz back in there. We should kept Wentz in there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we may see some. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to be as drastic as benching Wentz, but we may see. I mean, we saw more plays for Jalen Hurts this week, and I think that was based on uh, the ineptitude of Carson Wentz last week, and because of his continued inconsistency, we may see even more of Jalen Hurts. We saw him more this week, and we may see even more of him. Is he going to replace Carlton? I mean, Carlson as the starting quarterback? I don't think we're there yet, but it was very interesting to see him get more plays today. And you look at where Carlson is as far as performance and consistency, this is not making a good case to keep Jalen Hurts out of the game. Let's put it that way. His play today, Carson Wentz that I'm talking about, his play today did not make a good case on keeping Jalen Hurts out of the game. If anything, they may figure out more ways to get him involved because this offense is still stagnant. Only 23 points against the Cincinnati Bengals. Not very impressive. Not at all impressive. Not at all powerful. Not at all dominant. We haven't seen a dominant offense or an offense that moved and looked like a well-oiled machine since the first two quarters of the first week against the Washington football team. We are waiting
Listen,
for that to return, and it
I
has
totally
not.
agree with you. I totally agree with you. Like this team, there is nothing of value with the offense. This Doug Peterson being the offensive coordinator and have his offensive brain trust here, you need to get rid of all of those guys because right now this offense looks so stale that a Archbishop Ryan Archbishop Wood, whatever school here that's a top school, the prep here in Philly can beat up on the Eagles or understand fundamentally what they're doing on offense. Listen, I can break their offense down right now and tell you that they're not running these plays to get these receivers open. If you look at these other teams that we go against, especially against the Rams last week, they're running plays to get people open, not just on just one level, on two different levels. We're not doing that. There was a play where Carson had to throw the ball away when the receivers all ran an in cutting route and stood there. That's not a dynamic offense. That's a Madden offense. We're playing Madden out there. Come on. And six
No,
interceptions in 3 weeks. 6 interceptions in 3 weeks. This cannot continue. If you continue this route, then you know what? I'm gonna say sit this dude. We set Donovan McNabb when he was terrible. It did help his confidence out, especially we sat him when he tied the game. Remember that, right? When we played
right, right, right,
Cincinnati
right, right.
that year, we tied against Cincinnati. They sat him, and because of that tie, we got into the playoffs and went to the championship, NFC championship game. But I digress on that. We might need to sit Carson so he can fundamentally understand what he's doing wrong. This makes no sense. How you go from a very talented player to somebody that can't even make a simple dump off pass?
Hmm.
Something's not right up there. I think that concussion really had something to really do with it. And I want to speak one more time about this guy, JJ Arthega-Whiteside. He was supposed to at least have one catch today. This guy is the new Mac Hollins. It's time to release him before we really realize that he is Mac Hollins in disguise.
I don't know about that. I'm a reserve judgment on JJ. I think Whiteside,
Nah.
although he's very he resembles Mac Hollins a lot right now. I do agree with that, but I'm going to give him a couple more games. Hopefully he can get it back into
Didn't
shape.
we
But
say
we
that with
are,
Mac Hollins? Didn't we say that with
yeah,
Mac
we did
Hollins?
say that. Bill Crow says, "Do we suck or what?" Yes, we suck,
Yes, we
Bill.
do.
You might as well just get right to the bottom of that. We suck. Put in Hurts, nothing to lose. That's what Steve says. And they tried too. I don't know how many plays they had uh, dialed up for him, but he did get a couple snaps there, a few snaps there today, and that may be something that continues on as the week progresses. Corey Sandler says, "Just let them kick the field goal." Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say whatever.
That 64
Karen,
yarder, I think he can make it. There's nobody in the
yeah,
stadium. I
yeah,
think he can make that 64
right.
yarder.
I think so too. Karen Basile, ugh. Tim Mack Peters is cooked. Yes, he is cooked. Oh my God. Uh, Terrace Hayes, D Jackson going too. He stay hurt. Yeah, he's got to be going after this year. Sue, our old friend Sue says they are unwatchable. They are. It's very painful to watch this. Our Philadelphia football team right now. Our Philadelphia Eagles is they are unwatchable. It's very painful to watch them
Hmm.
now, and I don't see where the where it turns around at. I just don't see it right now. I just talked about the next three games, the 49ers, the Steelers, and the Ravens, and I cannot right now, today, see where they turn it around and get a win out of these next three games. I
Well, I
just
gotta
don't
say
see it.
this: we do get some people back next week. They're coming off IR.
Is one of them Reggie White?
Will Parks, defensive back. We get Quez
Nah,
Watkins
that's not
offer.
Reggie White. Is one of them
Oh, come on, that's terrible.
is it
Ooh.
Seth Joyner? Is one of those guys coming off the IR,
Oh,
Seth Joyner?
wow. I'm sorry. DK Metcalf is the man, but he just committed the ultimate Leon Let move. I'm sorry.
Oh. All right, I have to look at that. All right, so I'm getting back to you said we got some people coming back, and the only people that I can see coming back that's going to help this team are some of our Hall of Famers. So is Brian Dawkins coming off that IRS list?
Well,
Is he coming off that?
Will Parks plays a very
Do
good
we do
role
do we
in our
think Will
defense.
Parks is anyway near Brian Dawkins? I mean, I
No,
don't
no,
know.
not even
All right,
close.
okay. I'm just questioning is To coming off IR next week?
I mean, we get Quez Watkins. You get the second fastest receiver. I mean, he might be
So
able to.
that would be a no too.
He
All
might
right.
be able to replace Deshaun Jackson because Deshaun
So
Jackson
so
stay
I'm
injured.
taking that may be a no too. Okay, all right.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Absolutely not. We ain't
So
getting no Hall of
this
Famer
is
back.
this is this is this is crazy. Barrow looked like a seasoned vet, somebody said. Roderick says, some ain't right up there. I agree. Talking about Wentz. Doug, oh, Stephen Clement Jr. sad. Oh, that's Corey's brother right there. Corey's brother's chimed in. Thanks, Corey. I mean, Steven. Hollywood. That's Little Hollywood. Hollywood, thanks for chiming in. Sue says, Doug needs to go. Tired of people making excuses for Carlson. Man, yeah. And he's going to make them again. And I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't because I am tired. I'm like you, Sue. I am tired of listening to Doug Peterson in the press conference make excuses for
Yes.
Wentz when Wentz is not playing good. He's playing horrible, and I'm tired. I don't want to hear it. Palatero says pure garbage. My neighbor Dwight Dobson says dark. Need two cigars.
I'm about to drive down there for a cigar. Man.
Oh, that's funny. All right,
But you
you
know
hate
what?
to like me. Today was the best opportunity we had to win a game, and we let it slip through our fingers. They are what we thought they were, and we
Yeah.
let it slip through our
Wait,
fingers.
wait, 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 wait. Before you go on that rant, we're not the Falcons.
We are not, but still, Wentz is trash.
He is,
Palatero says.
man. He is,
Samuel
man.
Allen says J.J. Arthega Whiteside is trash. Why we don't have D.K. Metcalf? Please don't get my co-host started. He's not here, so damn. So thankful he can't get started.
Because he
Uh,
blames me like I'm the guy making the call. Like,
yeah,
no, I want a
yeah,
DK too. What you
yeah.
think?
No, Pat. Why didn't you pick D.K.? You effed us up for the next 5
Like
years.
really, like
You
I'm
should have
in
picked
that
D.K.
building. Like I'm in that building. Like I could make that call. Like no, if I had influence like that, I would say no. You need DK. You don't need no JJ. We gotta sit there and try to pronounce his name. Come on, man. I need a
Look,
shot.
Marcus Miggs says, I don't even drink, but this team will make you crack open a bottle. And that is a great segue into us doing our shots. Okay, you are watching Eagles Talk. We didn't divide this post game into four quarters because we are just so distraught right now. And it's not going to be four quarters. It's just going to be as long as it takes. I just don't know, man. I don't mean to laugh, but this is horrible. All right, so you're watching Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Doug Peterson is in his press conference right now. I can't hear it. I'm just seeing the monitor right now.
I don't
But
need to hear it.
we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots uh, that we do at the beginning of each quarter, which we have divided this show into four quarters. Although we're not following that format for this after this post game show. I'm sorry, post game show. We're just doing a shot. So I am partaking in the Basil Hayden, and my partner is partaking in the 1800 Silver Tequila. And let me know what you are using to drink your sorrows away. Let me put this disclaimer out here. Please have to be over 21 to drink. And if you are, please drink responsibly. All right, so here we are. Let me know what you're drinking out there. We're
In
going
my
to
Eagles talk glass.
Eagles talk. I don't have the Eagles talk. Yes, thank you. Could you put that up there closer to the screen? I want the people to see. This is a this was beautiful, given to us by uh, one of our biggest followers, JT Smith, and I don't have mine right now, but he gave us shot glasses, Eagle Talk shot glasses at that, and we thank him so much for that. So let's take this down the hatch for our Philadelphia Eagles. One day, 1 week, one day they're going to get it together. It's not today, though. All right, down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
We would know we have applause, but
Yeah,
it's not time to applaud this. Nah, not at all. Not at all.
I'm going to let him go with that. Look, he's.
Not at all.
All right, let's get into some comments, man, because you guys can see how we feel. Michelle says, I need one. You guys see how often do you have to crack open the bottle, Marcus says. Um, a lot.
A lot.
Um,
Yeah.
Antonio says, Antoine Whitfield Jr. balling out, yet we suck with McLeod and Mills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, my neighbor benched the whole team. Wow. You welcome, my brothers. Thank you, JT. Richard Boo says, good thing I have a fresh bottle of Grey Goose to drink. I hope everybody drinks responsibly. And it's early enough now that you can go to bed and still get up for work tomorrow. Okay, all right. Dom Lewis said, I told y'all how bad this T would be this year. Frat. Oh, Frat. Oh, man. I know you did. You did say that. He said that early on. Uh, and we have no other choice but to take what you said very seriously because after 3 weeks we are sitting here winless and we have not even entered into the toughest part of the season. That's what's very scary. That's what that really makes you have to look in the mirror here and be honest. So, Frat, you were the first one to say that I remember. So I have to give you some acknowledgement. We were drinking the Kool Aid a lot because I thought that it wouldn't be this bad, and yet it is. 0 and
Can,
2, 0-2-1 after three
yeah.
weeks, and I cannot emphasize enough the next 3 game stretch we have coming up. So,
Can I say
woo,
one thing because I know it's gonna be talked about, and I seen it
say
in
a
the chat.
couple of things, Pat.
I seen it in the chat talking about Nick Foles coming back against the Falcons. Listen, everybody come back against the Falcons. Okay, this
I
is
came back
second
against the
week
Falcons in the
in a
preseason. If y'all didn't
row.
see it,
It's the second week in a row they had about a 20-point lead and they lost. They did it in the Super Bowl on the biggest stage possible. You know the Falcons are worse than we are right now.
hold on. Steven Clement wants to talk about. Can we talk certain plays? Yes. Give me the play you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
of course we could talk
Because we
certain
got a
plays.
couple plays. We got that wide open, real wide, wheel
Miles
route
Sanders, yeah.
for Miles Sanders that he totally blew. But give me the play you want to talk about. Let's
We need
talk about certain plays. Come on, let's bring it. Bring it. Tell me what the play that just had you shaking your head like what the f is
we need to
going
get
on
we need
here?
to get rid of that RPO. All right, RPO is not efficient play for Carson Wentz. He needs to roll outside the pocket, and when he does an RPO, he's terrible with it right now. You don't know whether to give it to the running back or not. On our short yards play before we kicked the field goal, he could have gave it to Corey Clement actually, and he didn't, and he kept it in there. There you go, get sacked. It's just this office is not catered for our quarterback, man. This office is not something for our quarterback.
Look, man, we're trash. Um, Everybody comes back against the Falcons, yes. So don't call for Nick Foles because I have even come back against the Falcons in this previous preseason right here. I was down there. I threw 4 interceptions in the last 5 minutes. I mean, 4 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes against the Falcons in training camp this year. So I've even come back against the Falcons. So we can't count that Nick Foles is all the best because he came back against the Falcons. We saw last week the trash Dallas Cowboys came back against the Falcons because the dumbass Falcons didn't realize that they could fall on the ball before it goes 10 yards.
He's
Come
waiting
on.
for it to go 10 yards.
They're
Oh
waiting for it to
man,
go 10 yards.
oh man. I
That
would
was
have came
just
on it if I was a Falcons talk guy. I wouldn't even come on the show. I was like, you know what? This is gonna be the back screen. Y'all can talk whatever. I'm out.
All right, look, Palatero says Falcons way better pitches. All right.
Potter, you're not. Listen, I tell you right now,
All right, here we
when you
go. Here we
blow two
go.
20 point, when you blow two 20 point leads, you're the worst team in the NFL, my friend.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
here we go. Here's Corey's brother. 2 yard line. Carlson fakes to Corey, and on what looks like an RPO, and no one ran a route. I want to know why couldn't he give that to Corey? I feel
That's the
like he
same play I just
plays a
said. Yeah.
selfish game. Yeah, that you just said that too. Yeah, yeah. All right, so we have it there. That's the play you were just talking about. Explain it more.
Hey, listen, the RPO is more or less implemented for our offense to be fast and fresh and new. But it wasn't really successful with Wentz. I mean, he's a guy that gets outside the pocket to make plays happen. It was more successful with a guy that's a pocket quarterback like a Nick Foles because he just throws the ball out there for his receivers to make plays. Carson Wentz is not that quarterback. He's a different type of quarterback, and for in that particular play instead of just handing it off to the running back, he thought he could make a play by handing it into the quarter running back. They crash down and somebody's gonna run open. Nobody ran out on that play. Just like Clement Jr. just said, nobody ran out on that play. Give the ball to the running back on the 2 yard line and see what happens, man. You have a better chance scoring on the 2 yard line giving the ball to the running back than you do throwing the ball.
Yeah, man. It's
Listen, something's like I said, something's fundamentally wrong with this guy, and I don't understand it. I think it was a concussion. I think it's really messed up his whole mental, his his mechanics, his ability. It messed it all up. I don't see the same Carson Wentz we saw in previously, and I'm not gonna make any excuses for it no more because this guy right now is a terrible quarterback. And if you know that he's a terrible quarterback, don't keep him in a pocket. If he's not a pocket quarterback, roll this guy out. Stop running these doggone RPOs. That was 4 years ago, man. 4 years ago. That
yeah.
was what it was new. It was innovative 4 years ago. And it was successful three. But now everybody caught up on it. Run something different. Stop running out of the shotgun too. This kills me. Running the ball out of the shotgun. Like your offensive line doesn't get no push anyway. And you're gonna run the ball out of the shotgun. Come on.
All right, let's talk about it. So, all right, um, we know that the team is underperforming here, and we blame some of it on the defense today. I'm probably not going to give them as much blame as I'm going to give to Carson Wentz's continued inconsistency and the play calling and offensive scheme by the Doug Peterson, and I can't say the offensive coordinator because we don't have an offensive coordinator. So I have to say the offensive brain trust really didn't do anything that was innovative or creative today.
Mm.
It's still they still have not unlocked the. I mean, we still have not seen the level of proficiency that we've seen in the first half of the first game. Where is that? That's what we're missing. We want to
Yeah.
see that. I know it's a challenge to do that every week,
Mhm.
but you want to see it more often than not, and we're not seeing it. Outside of the first half of the first week of the season, we have not seen that proficiency. Not ever. Not ever since. So what's happening? What are these offensive minds? What is this offensive brain trust doing that they
Collecting a
cannot?
check.
Yes, that's all they're doing
Collecting
because they're
a
not.
check.
They're not making a difference in our play here. We are still not scoring where I
Listen,
think
if
we
you're
should
gonna
be
run a
at.
two, my thing is, if you're gonna run a two tight end set, why not run an I formation? Put Corey at fullback, put Miles Sanders at tailback, and just run it off of that. We were successful with that back in the day under Andy Reid. I know he didn't change his play calling, but if you're going to run the ball and try to be successful with two tight ends, let's run a true offense with two tight ends. All right, let's be physical. Let's stop being passive. Let's stop being so lackluster. Let's do something and be aggressive with what we need. What we got, man. We got these big guys up front that can't pass protect, but yet we put them in a situation where they got to pass protect for 50 times a game. Like Miles Sanders almost had 100 yards rushing today. 100 yards rushing, and some of that came out of freaking shotgun. But this guy is going to be a dynamic running back. He's a dynamic running back in the league right now.
He is. He is.
Put the ball in
Yeah.
his hand. All right, this brain trust. Yeah, sometimes what's the saying? You're so smart that you're stupid, right?
Yeah.
They
That is.
these
That's the. That's the. That's the.
I mean, you're the smartest guy in the room, but the dumbest guy in the room at the same time. So these guys gotta just make it stupid simple. All right. Then
All
on
right.
this defense, we got to be more physical with this defense. I know we want to get through the comments, but we got to be more physical with this defense.
Man, no,
Jump
no, no.
down.
I don't have to get to the comments. I want to make a comment. That's what I want to make. I
Oh,
want to make. I want to be bold as to say Doug Peterson. Uh, after 3 weeks, let me just officially say that he is in the hot seat. He's on. He's got to be in the hot seat. And if you don't think that he's on the hot seat, then you are a homer. But if you are a person that cares about the progress of this team and you love the Eagles and you bleed green like I do, then there's no other choice but to put Doug on the hot seat. I love him. I thank him for delivering to us our first Super Bowl, but that does not buy you a free pass to f this team up for the next
yeah.
5 and 10 years. And what's happening is he's not. I don't think he is performing uh, up to his potential or up to this team's potential. We look back at it. We throw some blame at Howie Roseman, and when we look at the construction of this team. But Doug Peterson was one that signed off on it. Jim Schwartz was one that signed off on it on
You
his
hold up,
defensive
wait a minute.
players and all that.
I think
So,
Doug Peterson didn't sign on his Blaine trust. I think that was a making of Jeffrey Lurie and
oh yeah, yeah,
because
that might have been.
he
But I'm
wanted
talking
his
about
offensive coordinator
roster
back.
as far as what, and that would have been a disaster. So,
Yeah,
in that sense, I'm glad that they overruled him on that because I would be probably calling for his head a lot sooner had he kept
a lot
those
sooner.
two.
What
Yeah,
you mean a
because
lot sooner? This team looks terrible now. What are you
right, I
talking?
know, but I'm
You,
saying
they
if
could
he
do
would
no
have kept
better.
if he would have kept
That could get
those
no worse,
that
man.
that offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from last year, they would not have been anywhere near. I mean, well, I don't think how the worst you could do is 0-3 because these guys are 0-2-1.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think they did make the right move in getting and moving on from that offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from last year. But with that being said, he still signed off on, and he probably was a big opponent of drafting a Jalen Hurts. And and the jury's still out with me. I didn't like the pick when it happened, but the jury's still out with me whether that was a good pick or not. But when you look at the way that
No,
Carson Wentz is playing,
no,
and maybe I don't know, maybe he can
no.
come in and shake things up. I don't know. It may turn out to be an okay pick. I'm not saying yet, but I'm saying that he signed off on a lot of those picks, and it's not working out. His offensive brain trust, his play calling. He's not in midseason form. He's not in. He's not. Shoot, he's really he's not doing good. He's not doing good right now. So he has to be on the hot seat. That's all I'm saying. And that's what love, but I can't turn I love this team. My allegiance is to this team. It's not to the name on the back of the jersey. It's
Hmm.
not to the number on the back of this jersey. It's to
Hmm.
this franchise and this team.
I
I
agree.
don't care who comes in the door or who goes out the door. I just care about the success of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I love Doug Peterson for him delivering a Super Bowl championship, but I am not going to sit here and turn a blind eye to him not doing a good job and this team regressing rather than progressing 3 years after the Super Bowl. So, and I know there's blame to go around. We can put some blame in Howie's lap and Jim Schwartz's lap, but ultimately the head coaches have to step up and take some of the blame too. So I'm there. That's where I am with it.
I agree with you 100%. Like this team right now, they got to look deep down in themselves and say, you know what, we ain't it. We ain't it. Jason Peters, you ain't it. Deshaun Jackson, you ain't it. All right. The only person on this team that can say something that he's holding it down for the whole team is Big Play Slay. That's the only person on the team that can say he's doing something positive for this team. Nathan Gary, he's not a linebacker in this NFL. We got to stop with these experiments, man. All right. You're not gonna find the next Brian Urlacher no more. Brian Urlacher was a safety in New Mexico State. Nathan Gary wasn't even that good at Nebraska. All right, you got some linebackers that's here. From Temple, you got Devontae Taylor from. Uh, you need to put these guys in. They can't do worse than what we have right now. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Like Nathan Gary was in so many bad positions today. So many wrong turns put him in a situation where if he just was a simple linebacker drop, he could either bag the ball or made a pick on the ball. But yet, we're trying to make safeties who weren't good in the Big Ten with Nebraska to a linebacker in the NFL. It's not working. The good thing about it is that the NFC East sucks.
Yeah, that's
That's the
about
good
the
thing about
most positive thing about this whole thing is that the NFC East freaking sucks. They suck big time. Everybody lost.
it.
Dallas has yet to play. I think they're playing now.
Yeah, they're
So if
playing
they
that. Ooh,
lose, the leader of this division, the head of this division
that's
possibly can
gonna
be
win.
1-2 and leading the division, which gives us a lot of opportunity to still win the division. But I'm tired, man. I mean, unless this team can get it together and put a stretch of games, and that's not out of the question because it's only 3 games to go. But and this division sucks. So they have opportunity and they have time to change to turn it around. But unless I see them put a string of games together where they look like reminiscent of 2017 or something like that, unless they do that, I am tired of the 9-7
Hmm.
runs. I'm not. Doug Peterson promised me. Well, he didn't promise, but he made the statement, which I take as a promise. He promised me that this was the new norm after we won the Super Bowl. That was the new norm, and I don't have that. I don't have that 13-3 season and that type of play, to hang my hat on as being a new norm. Since that 13-3 year and the Super Bowl year, we have not had, you know what I'm saying? We've been 9-7, barely making it into the playoffs. That's not acceptable to me. That's not. Howie Roseman said that's not what they're looking for. We're not
Yeah.
looking for going 9-7 and just barely making it and see where our where the coins may fall wherever. You know what I mean? We're not. They promised me that we were going to be a better football team, and that is not it now. Even if we bounce back right now, I mean, it would have to be a miraculous bounce back. The last time we were 0-2 was in the 2003 season, I believe it was, with
Mm.
Donovan McNabb in his fifth season, just like Carson Wentz. He started off 0-2 and finished 12-4 and went to the NFC Championship game. So if you're going to give me that, I'll take that. But I am tired of this 9-7 for the past 2 years, and barely make it in. I don't want to even make it in if we're 9-7. If we're 9-7, I don't want to make it in unless we won our last 6 games and we're blowing people out. Everybody's healthy. I don't want to. I don't even want to go through that again. The last 2 years, kind of exciting or whatever, but I'm tired of that. I don't want that. I don't want to see that.
Well, I'm just gonna help you out. We're not going 9-7. we
All right. Okay.
we can go 9-6-1.
Hmm.
So we're not going 9-7. Let's be honest. Let's look at what we have in front of us. We have a team that has no spirit leader. We have no team that has no real chemistry with each other. And don't put Derek Shaw comment up there. We know Frank White is not coming back. He's a head coach. Nick Foles is he's a great backup quarterback. But let's be honest with us. I mean, we have a team that has no chemistry with each other. The head coach has no chemistry calling plays. The defense, the defense coordinator is not doing his job by letting these guys blitz. Listen, you don't have the athletes and the linebackers to continue playing them in one-on-one coverage. Blitz them, right? If you know,
Yeah.
if I got a dark day night playing linebacker, he can't cover anybody. But the one thing he can do is run after somebody. I'm gonna blitz him. If you could tackle, he can run after quarterback. I'm gonna blitz you. I'm not gonna put you in cover. I'm not gonna put you in bad situations. You put these guys in bad situations, and you're happy. You're okay with it at the end of the day. Like, no, man, that's not it. That's not it, my friend.
All right, let me. I got Deion Jones' comment on the screen right now. Yo, fellas, which one is it? You say
No,
Howie is to blame for subpar personnel decisions. Then you say Doug is underperforming with the talent he has.
both.
It's both.
It's both.
It's both.
You-
And it can be both. It can be both. It can be you are underperforming with the talent you have. Um, I mean, some talent we haven't gotten we have not gotten all the grades on, and you cannot grade them totally right now because they're young people right now. So, but in the interim, I mean, in the now assessment of this talent right here, we say that coming out of training camp, we said that we have a better wide receiver core, or we have more talented wide receivers than we had at the end of
we
last
did.
season. So, with that being said, if we do, and we made a four game winning streak to make it into the playoffs last year, and we have better talent than that, I understand that we're not playing the same four teams that we played these first 3 games of this season. We played basically the NFC East to make it into there, and the NFC East is not that strong. So I'll give you that. We played the NFC East, and we won 4 games against them at the end of last season. Those 4 games does not even compare to these 3 games so far this season. We played the Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. just having the Rams in that three team rotation right there makes that a tougher stretch than the four teams we played in the NFC East last year. I get that. But we are saying that we have better talent at wide receiver and other positions too. We think that we have a better defensive line now than we had when we were going through that stretch. We think that we have a better secondary now than we had going through that stretch last year. So with that being said, why are we 0-2-1? If we believe that we've upgraded in these areas here, why are we 0-2-1? And that has to fall on the quarterback. I mean, not the quarterback, the head coach's shoulder there. So that's why I say that. That's why I say he's underperforming because the talent that he has, we say is better than what he ended last year with, but yet he is doing worse with this talent than he did at the end of last year. So that's why I say that, Dion.
Well, we don't
Um,
have the full talent. We don't have the full talent that we thought we would have. We got to realize Jalen Rager is injured. Deshaun Jackson, he's going to stay injured. Quez Watkins is injured. John Hightower still getting accustomed to the NFL. Then you go back and look at it. We still have the same guys from last year. We just don't have an Alshon Jeffrey. So we don't have a. We have weapons when healthy. Yes, we if those guys can come in here and get accustomed to the speed and to the reps with the quarterback, yes, they'll be much better than the end of the year. But right now, we don't have that. We won't have that cabinet of receivers that we thought we had coming into training camp.
All right, I'll give you that a little bit. A couple of them are hurt. Yeah, we got Rager is out, so yeah,
Mm.
he was a big part of us saying that we upgraded at the wide receiver report. I mean position, and he's not in there. So I'll give you that. All right, and Alshon Jeffrey's not in the mix right now, also. So I'll give you that. So I'll give you a little bit of that. But overall, I think we have a better wide receiver room than we had at the end of last year. Whether those guys have been healthy at the same time, no, that hasn't happened thus far this season yet. So that still remains to be seen. But we never expected to be as behind as we are now. 0-2-1. Are you kidding me? Anthony A says, I would get rid of the vets except Lane Johnson and Brooks and start the younger players. Get rid of Peterson and his whole coaching staff and get a coach with lots of heart and energy and know what they're doing. I don't disagree with that. I love Doug and all, and he's going to have the rest of the season to see if he can turn it around. But save that. If he cannot, he has to be on the hot seat. I'm sorry.
Mm.
And I'm sorry that the people that love Doug Peterson and think that he should stay, that because he won us our first Super Bowl, he should have a pass for the next 10
No,
years.
you get a
I don't
buffer.
agree with that.
You get a 4 year buffer. Your 4 year buffer ends after the season. It literally ends after the season.
Right.
Because we are a show me we are a show me state. I hate to say that like that, but what have you done for us lately? You have to show and improve. You haven't shown and improved. Yes, you made the playoffs every year since the Super Bowl, but each year you have got drastically worse than the previous year. So this team right now, if you look at the makeup of this team, we're made up of a lot of veteran guys that's over the hill that's always injured. I mean, no way in the world would I have paid money to bring back Jason Peters just to play left tackle. Now, right guard is a different story. But when the minute he demanded that money for left tackle, like we said before, if you don't move over, then we go ahead and look for other options at that position. Because we know as fans and understand as fans that Jason Peters is not going to make it through a whole season healthy. All right, we know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If he does make it through a whole season, he's coming out in some of these games like today. All right. We need as a Philadelphia Eagle fan base. I don't know if we need to go down to the stadium. I guess Doug's gonna watch this after he's done talking to his guys and see what the pulse of the city and understand that we're very pissed at him and pissed at Jim Schwartz. We're pissed at the whole organization. These guys are not playing up to the potential that they have. These guys can play way better than what they're doing, but they're limited by how the
Wait a
players will
minute.
be
Wait a
called.
minute. People coming at my drinking. Hold on. Wait a minute. Sue, what are you talking about? We need to make some kind of trade. Dante, you drinking too much. No difference in receivers from last year. Are you kidding me? no difference. In we all agreed that Carson Wentz was throwing to practice squad
He was
receivers
going to
last
price
year.
place.
People
But
that
right
we
now,
said that came out of Wawa that were working at the Walmart distribution center, and now we have Jalen Rager, the number one receiver. I mean, first round pick of the Eagles this year. We say that. Do we not admit that he's an upgrade from the receivers that we had at the end of last year? One of those receivers we had was the same guy. We had two of them. Actually, Deontay Burnett was one of the guys that was playing during last year. He's
and he
back on
had
the
more
active
receptions
roster,
than JJ off
and
on
we
the right
had
side.
and we had Gregory Ward, who was one of his receivers, and now we have Quez Watkins, Deshaun Jackson, who was not there at the last. Just throwing him in alone, him and Jalen Rieger, you throw them two in alone, and this wide receivers crew is better than last year. So, Sue, I have to respectfully disagree with that. We do have a better wide receiver room. Are these guys proven? No, they aren't. But when you look at their talent level, I mean, Deshaun was not on the active
Hold on,
roster.
hold on, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me give you something.
Go ahead.
As of today, in this game, you know who our wide receivers were?
Who?
They were the same wide receivers we ended the season with: Deontay Burnett, Greg Ward.
Oh
Then
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Richard Rodgers as tight end and Zach Ertz. That was our wide receivers for the end of the game with.
yeah,
So you know what? I think she might have it was on to a little something.
yeah. Well, I don't know because we still have John Hightower. Uh, all right, I don't think JJ. We admit that JJ is not a difference maker or anything like that. But to start this game out, we had Deshaun Jackson, um, JJ Arthega Whiteside, Deontay Burnett.
Hmm.
Who else?
Hmm.
What's the guy?
What to
I
start the
forget.
game?
Yeah, to start the game.
All right, I
Oh,
give you
and
Greg Ward.
Ward, yeah, Ward.
Mhm.
So I'm saying going into the season, we had a better wide receiver crew
Oh,
than
we
we
definitely
had
did.
last year.
We
That's
definitely
what I
did.
was saying.
We definitely did. And going into the season, going into training camp, we definitely did have better wide receivers. But actually going into this game, we had the same wide receiver besides Deshaun Jackson. Once Deshaun Jackson went down, we have the same exact receivers that ended this game, that ended the game against our last game of the year last year. The same guy started. JJ
Right.
was out there. I don't know why we have this guy. We need to put him on the practice squad. Let another hope that another team come and take him. All right, you're that bad. You're so bad that I'd rather you get put on the practice squad and somebody take you, and we go out and get AB. How about that?
No, that's not going to happen.
I know.
All right, look, man, we are disappointed here as Eagles fans. People are calling for my head here. They're telling me I'm drinking too much. Um,
We are.
I don't I don't know. I don't know if
Uh,
that's the truth or not, but I do know that this team is not performing in the manner that we expected them to, unless you are my frat brother who said that they will be performing at this level. I wasn't that I wasn't that clairvoyant to see that it may come to 0-2-1. Some people out there are. Most Eagles fans I know aren't there were not. And here we sit. After 3 weeks, we are winless, 0-2-1, and we face the San Francisco 49ers next week. It doesn't get
yeah.
any better. Richard Boo says, "Drink on Dante."
You know what?
uh,
The San Fran is more beat up than we are, though.
yeah, they are
They
beat
play
up.
the Giants. The Giants is they are who we think we are, or who we know they to be. They're not a good football team. We just had to come out and play. Like we got to be physical. That's the only thing I can say. Run the ball.
All right. Well, we did run the ball today, and we did it very successfully, but it still did not result in a win today. So I don't know is what they can do next, but I know that they have to kind of right the ship. If not, we are going to be further in a hole here, and it's not getting any better when you look at the schedule coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know what Doug Peterson, Jim Schwartz, the offensive brain trust, Howie Roseman. I don't know what they can do, but they have got to figure it out, or this is going to be a long season. We're going to
Mhm.
be in the running for a top spot, I mean, a top position player in the draft coming up if
Why
we do
not?
not change things around.
Jamar
And
Chase
like
is
I
a
said,
speedy wide receiver we can get. So we had nothing but speed. Get rid of Sean Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey.
oh my God, now she's rubbing it in. Told you. All right, okay. All right. So, guys,
Uh,
thank you so much for watching us. It's been an hour, and we're going to get out of here. Let you guys go on about your night. Thank you so much for tuning in to Eagles Talk. We will be back. When will we be back, Pat? Will we be back Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Um,
No, we do Thursday. You want to do Tuesday?
Thursday? Because we got to change it up.
No
Because
problem with
Thursday
me.
is not good. So we'll let you guys know. We'll either be back Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think we need to be back quicker because I can't wait till Thursday and Friday to talk about.
Yeah, we want to break this
I
game
mean,
down and look
we
at
want to
it
break it
again.
down and look at it again. So
Yeah.
maybe Tuesday. If not, we'll be on Thursday like we usually do. But guys, thank you so much, man, so much for tuning in. We're gonna go look at the game, sleep it off, watch the replay, and come back to you guys one day this week and Eagles talk upon further review. So that's when we look at the game and we come back and we'll talk about it in depth and what we saw after we broke down the game film and all that. So hang in there with us and join us this week on Eagles Talk upon further review. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, for my co host, this one sailing boy, Pat. We out of here. Take us out with the theme song, Pat.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk live. Let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green. It's from your people. Fly, Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark